Hi everyone. These are Mega-zines. They're mega junk journal magazines that I created to use really big book pages that wouldn't fit into regular sized junk journals, not without folding them and manipulating them. And I wanted something to just show the whole page. So I created these large Mega-zines. And now I've created a course to share with you how I put these things together. And they were so adorable while I was making them. I thought, they really, I could make a smaller version of the same thing, and wouldn't it be nice to make a set? So I have done that. And in my new course, Mega-zines, I also made something called a Quarter-zine, which is a quarter of the size of the Mega-zines that I've made. And in the course, I create this Christmas Mega-zine and its companion, as well as the Periwinkle fairies. And I have done a full-size Mega-zine and a Quarter-zine as well. And in the course, I put these together. The course is available on Etsy, and I go through putting together these creations. They're largely naked because they're so large, there's so much room, and I really want it to be a design of what the recipient wants to put in it. I did, however, make a dashboard in each one and kind of collage a little bit on the front pages, just to give some inspiration. There's a little tuck spot here under a lace doily, and I've spiffed it up with some ribbons and sari silk, lots of fun stuff. And I have incorporated these full-size pages from all the picture books that I have wanted to put for so long. There's cardstock with some lace pockets, but there's no images on the pages. These are tea-dyed and stenciled, and I go through how I assemble all of it and the stitching that I did for a little bit of decorative pizzazz. The course does include a download for full-size pages with Christmas digi-stamps. So if you'd like to print them out and tea-dye them to include in a Christmas zine, they're there for you to do that. And I love using these, finally being able to use the full-size cover of the Saturday Evening Posts. It's just wonderful to be able to fit them in as a proper page. There are two signatures, each of the big zines and the quarter-zines. And yeah, second signature is quite similar, but it allows you to take all of the music pages and stories and things that we've just had to fold up before, pages out of craft books. It's just been wonderful to use them in this, and I've put on sari silk and put a big pocket on the front and back cover, which are flexible. But instead of making magazines into junk journals, we're making junk journals into magazines. And here a quick peek inside the Quarter-zine. Maybe. There we go. And it really is the same as the big guy, only literally 1/4 the size of the page. The thickness is the same, so the numbers of pages is the same. Everything is the same except the size of the page. And I've included all the instructions and measurements for what I did to put these together as well. But it was a fun version of the big one. So that is the Quarter-zine companion that goes with the Mega-zine. And in the course, I made 2 different versions, the Christmas and the fairies, the periwinkles. And I won't flip through these now. I'm going to do another video right after that. And I am giving these away as a set. So if you want to pop back over to see that video and the flip through of this, and I'll give you details how you can be eligible for that giveaway. And I'm giving them away together because they just struck me as being a set. Perhaps you have someone in your life to share the other one with, or can find a purpose for both of them. But these are the periwinkles. Before I filmed the course, I had to make a prototype for the journal that I was going to make in the course. I didn't want to be making my trial editions during the actual filming of the class, so I made myself some Christmas journals, and that's what these are. And it really gives you a nice alternative to take some really pretty fabric and cover it with a tea-dyed piece of lace or doily or what have you. This is my extra shedding vanilla sari here, and you can see how festive that is. I had so much fun putting these together, and I love having all the room in them. And similar to the other. It's fairly naked, but it just allows for endless possibilities to put Christmas cards, Christmas lists, and all sorts of holiday things that we'd like to keepsake and remember. And the inside of the little one there. On this, I played around and actually made a flap for the back and put a pen in there, but I couldn't get the exact design down to include in the course how to do that without it being too bulky. I couldn't get the design to come together on that, but I was quite happy with the way these turned out. So just another alternative design idea that might inspire you to want to make some magazines yourself. The first magazines that I made, I think I called them Mega-zines, had Rockwell pictures on the front, and that was almost 2 years ago. I used seam binding as a closure, and I kept one of those for myself. It's a slightly different design, but it also was a naked magazine, and I wanted to just give you an idea of what you might want to use something like this for. I have collected my report cards and different things from school. I even have an antique doily that I had kept in my old school things. Boy, they just don't make them like that anymore. And I have a lot of my parents' report cards from the 1940s, 1950s, and it was really neat. I could go through and clip them on and scrapbook them and attach them. I have my grandfather's old driver's license and his cards of membership to the American Legion. Just some really neat memories. I was able to go through an old family baptism certificate, things that weren't pictures, that were in scrapbooks or just envelopes stuck in a box, and now I have a place to kind of keep it all and collect it. And mom and dad's report cards and all of that type of stuff, letters back and forth from the family, and it's just it's been really neat starting to fill this up with some family heirlooms and whatnot, and a few pictures. So I have begun to fill this out. This was my grandfather's promotion to sergeant in World War I. love having a special place to put all this and to keep it and to hand down. So yeah, the idea is it's not just writing as in journaling, although I intend to do some of that in here, but having a wonderful scrapbooky place to really file our memories in a junk journal book form. Just the idea so appealed to me. So I'm really happy I can share this with you now. The course is available now. It has over 4.5 hours of video instruction with it, but assembling these are super easy. I thought that perhaps they were the easiest to put together of any of the journals that I've done yet, and I really think you'll enjoy this. So pop over and check out the course, and I will be back in short order with details about my Periwinkle Fairy zine giveaway, and I appreciate you stopping by today. I will be back with you soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.